Good evening, guys. I'm back with another topic, Addison's disease in endocrinology. So, what is Addison's disease? Addison's disease is a disorder in which adrenal glands. It is a disease of adrenal glands. Which so what is the adrenal gland? It is a gland which sits on the top of the kidneys. It doesn't produce enough of the hormones cortisol and aldosterone. So these are the hormones. Hormone is nothing but a chemical that control the function of tissues or organs. Cortisol helps the body to respond to stress, including the stress of injury, illness, or surgery. It also helps maintain BP, heart function, immune system, and blood glucose levels. Aldosterone affects the balance of sodium and potassium in the blood. This in turn controls the amount of fluid the kidneys remove as urine, which affects the blood volume and BP. So what does the aldosterone affects? It affects the balance of sodium and potassium in the blood, which in turn controls the amount of fluid the kidneys remove as urine, which affects the blood volume and blood pressure. So Addison's disease is also called the primary adrenal insufficiency. It is a related disorder, secondary adrenal insufficiency. Occurs when the pituitary, a small gland at the base of the brain, doesn't secrete enough adrenocorticotropic hormone (ACTH), which activates the adrenal glands to produce cortisol. So, how common is the Addison's disease? In the United States, Addison's disease affects 1 in 1 lakh people. It occurs in both men and women equally and in all age groups, but it is most common in the 30 to 50-year-old age range. So, what are the causes of Addison's disease? Addison's disease is caused by an autoimmune response which occurs when the body's immune system assaults its own organs and tissues. With Addison's disease, the immune system attacks the outer portion of the adrenal glands, that is the cortex, where cortisol and aldosterone are made. Other causes of Addison's disease include injury to the adrenal glands, infection that is including tuberculosis, HIV or AIDS related infections and fungal infections, cancer cells from another part of the body that have invaded the adrenal glands, bleeding into the adrenal glands, and another cause is surgical removal of adrenal glands, amyloidosis, genetic defects. So next, what are the symptoms of Addison's disease? Most common symptoms include abdominal pain, abnormal menstrual periods, craving for salty food, dehydration, depression, diarrhea, irritability, lightheadedness or dizziness when standing up, loss of appetite, low blood pressure, muscle weakness, nausea, patches of dark skin, especially around scars, skin folds, and joints, sensitivity to cold, unexplained weight loss, vomiting, and worsening fatigue. In some cases, such as an injury, illness, or time of intense stress, symptoms can come on quickly and cause a serious event called an Addisonian crisis or acute adrenal insufficiency. An Addisonian crisis is a medical emergency. If it is not treated, it can lead to shock and death. Symptoms of an Addisonian crisis include feeling restless, confused, or afraid, or other mental changes, dehydration, extreme weakness, having trouble staying awake, or a total loss of consciousness, high fever, lightheadedness, or feeling faint, paleness, severe vomiting and diarrhea, sudden deep pain in the lower back, belly, or legs. Next one, I will discuss about the diagnosis and tests. So what are the diagnoses? How it is diagnosed? How is Addison's disease diagnosed? So soon after you have the symptoms which I have explained above, you must consult a doctor and perform a physical examination. So you have to find out the dark patches on your skin, which might be a clue for your doctor to consider testing for Addison's disease. So what are the blood tests? Blood tests include you have to check the measure levels of sodium, potassium, cortisol, ACTH in your blood. ACTH stimulation test. So what is the ACTH stimulation test? This tests the adrenal glands response after you are given a shot of artificial ACTH. If the adrenal glands produce low levels of cortisol after the shot, they may not be functioning properly. So X-rays is the next. We have to find out in X-rays. This may be done to look for the calcium deposits on the adrenal glands. Next one is the CT scan, computer tomography scan. Computer tomography uses the computers to combine X-rays images into cross-sectional views. A CT scan might be done to evaluate the adrenals and or pituitary gland. For example, it can show if the immune system has damaged the adrenal glands or if the glands are infected. So these are the diagnoses to find out the Addison's disease. So mainly in Addison's disease, hormone replacement therapy is the effective treatment for Addison's disease. Some doctors may prescribe hormones similar to those made by adrenal glands. For instance, phytocortisone pills to replace cortisol. If you are lacking aldosterone, you may receive the fludrocortisone acetate pills. If you are taking fludrocortisone, your doctor might tell you to increase your salt intake, especially in hot and humid weather and after vigorous exercise. In emergencies and during surgery, the medicine is given IV, that is intravenously. So overall, when a patient gets an Addison's disease, so what is the prognosis or outlook? People who have the Addison's disease will need not take medicine for the rest of their lives and can live for normal healthy lives. If you have an Addison's disease, you should carry an identification card and a bracelet at all times to let medical personnel know you have the disease. That means if anyone is not knowing about your uh, personal diseases, they can the medical staff or medical persons will know that you have an Addison's disease, so they can easily handle your symptoms and signs, and also the treatment part which they are giving from the past. So next one is, so how we can live with Addison's disease. The first one, you have to soon after the finding your health symptoms, call for an healthcare provider. In this, you have if you have a major stress such as injury, illness, or a death of a loved one, because you might need an adjustment to your medicine, or seek a medical attention right away if you have any symptoms of Addisonian crisis. To summarize up, so what is the Addison disease? It is a disorder in adrenal glands. So what are the common so how it will be causes? Due to cortisol. Due to cortisol, cortisol helps the body respond to stress, including stress of the illness, injury, or surgery. Means if the adrenal glands do not produce enough hormones like cortisol and aldosterone, it results in Addison's disease. It affects the balance of sodium and potassium in the blood. This in turn affects the control of amount of fluid in the kidneys to remove as urine, which affects the blood volume and BP. It is also called primary adrenal insufficiency, a related disorder of secondary adrenal insufficiency. What are the common causes? I will briefly summarize this up. Injury to the adrenal glands, infection like tuberculosis, HIV, AIDS, related infections and fungal infections, cancer cells from other part of the body that have invaded the adrenal glands, bleeding into the adrenal glands, surgical removal of the adrenal glands, amyloidosis, and genetic defects. So I will briefly discuss about the symptoms: abdominal pain, abdominal menstrual periods, craving for salty food, dehydration, depression, diarrhea, irritability, lightheadedness or dizziness, loss of appetite, low blood glucose, low blood pressure, muscle weakness, nausea, patches of dark skin, especially around scars, skin folds and joints, sensitivity to cold, unexplained weight loss, vomiting and worsening fatigue. So symptoms of an Addisonian crisis. What is Addisonian crisis? In some cases, such as injury, illness, or times of intense stress, symptoms come on quickly, and some cause a serious event called Addisonian crisis or acute adrenal insufficiency. So, what are the symptoms? Feeling Addisonian crisis symptoms: feeling restlessness, confused, or afraid, dehydration, extreme weakness, total loss of consciousness, high fever, lightheadedness, paleness, severe vomiting, and diarrhea, sudden deep pain in the lower back or belly or legs. So, so what are the diagnosis and tests? Blood tests like first you have to measure the levels of sodium, potassium, cortisol, and ACTH in your blood. And next one is ACTH stimulation test. Next one is X-rays, finding the calcium deposits in the adrenal glands. CT scan to find out the adrenal gland or pituitary gland evaluation, like cross-sectional in the cross-sectional views. Yeah, it can show the immune system has damage for the adrenal glands are affected. So what is the treatment? Hormone replacement therapy with hydrocortisone pills to replace the cortisol. And if you have an outlook or a prognosis, so you first you have to call a doctor that you have an Addison's disease. So you are taking previously the management and treatment. So in this way, I conclude that Addison's disease is a very important topic in endocrinology. It is the main. So Cushing syndrome and Addison's disease, these two topics are the main important in the endocrinology, along with pituitary gland and thyroid gland. In the next videos, I will talk about the thyroid gland disorders, and I'll come back with an interesting topic. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you.